Today, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do to earn my first $1,000 with AI and automations if I were starting over. Then I'll show you how to turn that first win into leverage and use it to start closing $2,000 to $5,000 consulting projects. I help builders and freelancers go from struggling to make money into highly paid AI consultants. If you're ready to build a $10,000 a month consulting business, click the first link below and book a call. If you're intrigued but not ready to book a call yet, click the second link and join my free school community. Now let's dive in. All right, so step one is start with a practice week or a few weeks. Before you can sell anything to anybody, you need to have technical skills. You have to know how to actually build something that will solve a real business problem. So depending on your skill level at this point, you may need to spend a couple weeks practicing building automations and workflows that can solve those real business problems. And you can use fake data or simulated business problems, but the point is to have confidence that you can deliver something of value to a business. And you don't need those 100 node workflows and N8N that look really sexy and go viral on YouTube, but don't actually solve anything meaningful. It can literally be just connecting Google Sheets to a CRM. And pro tip, get familiar with APIs because they are your best friend. So your goal here is to build executional confidence and develop your skill set. And don't overthink the niche or the industry, just practice solving problems. Now, step two is offering the build in exchange for results or a video testimonial. Pick one of your builds and offer to set it up for someone for free or at low cost. And in return, you always want to get a case study or a testimonial. Highlight what problem the business was having, how the system that you delivered solved that problem, and compare what the numbers look like before and after. So how you'll actually get in front of these types of clients is sending personalized messages like 10 to 15 per day on platforms like Upwork, LinkedIn, or via cold email. And you want to do this every day for 30 days without fail. This is a kind of momentum that will get you results. And focus on what the outcome is for the business and lead with value. Show them with a Loom video how much revenue it can generate for the business, how much time it could save them, or how much money it can save them. And make it as low lift as possible for the business. In other words, make it as easy as possible for them to say yes to you without them having to exert a lot of effort. And if they are paying, offer them a money-back guarantee. This incentivizes them to work with you and incentivizes you to make sure it works for them. And the worst-case scenario is if you offer a money-back guarantee and you can't deliver what you said you would, then most likely that business still gets some kind of result and you get that learning experience, which is invaluable. And so it's important to remember, like, you're not trying to be cheap. You're not trying to keep your rates low and be like the lowest possible price out there. And you definitely don't want to stay stuck doing free or cheap work forever. But you do want to build proof that you can deliver. Now, step three is landing your real first paid client, like full price client. So again, use Upwork, cold DMs, and cold email. And once again, volume is key. Send at least 10 to 15 messages a day per platform. And then leverage the results that you got with that guinea pig client. And lead with the dollars. Like, business owners speak in terms of dollars and value. So for example, I helped XYZ business type generate an additional $15,000 in sales last month and include a quick customized Loom video to build trust and rapport fast. Like, don't try to do those hacks at this point where you create the same video and then change the name variable in Loom and send it out to 10,000 people. At this point, you should be focused on sending customized, value-based outreach. And keep your offers simple and tied to a clear result. So once again, I helped this business generate $15,000 in additional sales. I think I can help you to do the same. And price it somewhere around $500 to $1,000, depending on complexity. And at this stage, you're not so much worried about scale as you are just landing that first real client win. Now, step four is deliver and template. So you want to deliver a high quality build that solves the business's problem. And once again, you want to gather a case study or a testimonial each and every time, if possible, that you work with a client and deliver them results. And then save your workflows, your assets, your Loom videos, your SOPs, all of that stuff into a folder because you're going to be able to reuse that stuff in the future. And at this point, you're kind of productizing or semi-productizing your build. So like I said, SOPs, Loom walkthroughs, the N8N blueprints, and you can even think about vibe coding a fancy user interface with something like Lovable or Claude Code, and you can watch these videos above if you want to know how to do that. But this just serves to give your system a higher perceived value because it has a fancy interface and is not like Google Sheets or Airtable. And major bonus that I feel like not a lot of creators on YouTube are talking about, but create a demo of what you built and post it on YouTube. This is one of the ways that you can start generating inbound leads and build your personal brand at the same time. And this is how you get into that mode of building once and being able to reuse it forever. Okay, so now you're solidly in that freelancer stage, but we want to get you from a freelancer to a high leverage, high ticket, highly paid AI consultant. So step 5 is understanding why proof is the prerequisite to power. So you can't charge premium prices without premium proof. And those testimonials and those outcomes and those before and after snapshots, that's what gives you that positioning power. Proof builds your confidence and allows you to sell without feeling salesy because your results get to speak for themselves. You don't have to try to convince anyone when you can point to 5 other clients that you've worked with and say, hey, I've helped these people earn an additional $15,000 a month in their business. So this is the moment where you stop winging it and start positioning like a consultant. So now that brings me to step 6, raise your rates and reposition. Take your first proof point and build a stronger offer around it. And when I say a stronger offer, I mean offer a support call each week. Monitor the system for errors. Make updates and upgrades to the system. So at this stage, you're productizing your build or your workflow and you're offering it as a service. And that service gets a result. And that's what kind of brings everything together. So you're no longer just selling a workflow and then handing it off to a business. You're selling your system as a service, which means that you have monthly recurring revenue, like a subscription. And monthly retainers are powerful because they give you that cushion so you're not starting from zero every month. And then start introducing pricing in the range of $2,000 to $5,000. And really, this is the leap where you go from freelancer to AI consultant. And most people never make that leap because they never collect the proof. They treat each new client as if they exist in a vacuum. And so they don't carry anything from one client to the next. And you don't need 50 different tools or 100 different builds to get to this level. You just need execution and follow through and to collect that proof. So simplify your tool stack, use N8N for automation, Instantly, LinkedIn, Apollo, or even just Google Maps for outreach. For client acquisition, you can use Upwork, cold outreach, or just your warm network. And tracking can be super simple, just use Airtable or Notion. And remember to focus on progress over perfection. Your $1,000 month will not be perfect, it'll be messy and real, but every new build gives you feedback and allows you to pay down some of the skill and inexperience debt that you have. And done is better than perfect. So iterate while you're in motion and earn as you learn. The key is that you don't want to be stuck in the hamster wheel of doing 100% cold outbound outreach all the time and stay in that $5,000 to $1,000 build zone. You want to use these tactics strategically and build leverage so that you can raise your prices, because you've demonstrated that you can deliver results. And another pro tip, you will learn 100 times more and more quickly by taking imperfect action fast than taking perfect action slow. So now you've got the exact roadmap to earn your first $1,000 with AI and automation. And more importantly, to use that win as your launch pad into high-ticket AI consulting. So if you're at the point where you're ready to stop trading your time for money and start building a $10,000 a month AI consulting business, click the first link down below and book a call. And if you're not sure yet, you can always click the second link and join my free school community. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.